Ladies and gents, welcome back. I just want to start this video off by saying how awesome a weekend I had. I know you don't want to hear that on a Monday morning, but here we go. It was my first time to hang out in Alberta. Yeah, very first time. And, well, I had some good company. Here on the left, starting from left to right, we have Joe Lyman here. If you've been watching the podcast, he is my man behind the scenes. Also, Derek Smith, author of How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom, and a new one, and I'll be talking about this later in the video, so stay tuned. We also have Eva Chipiuk and Keith Wilson, amazing lawyers here in Canada, and in the center of the photograph, Tamara Lich, and of course, the most chill man I've ever met in my life, Dwayne, Tamara's man there, and of course myself. Now, we had a great weekend hanging out. We went and checked out the Horseback Riders for Freedom. It was an event that was going on in Red Deer, so we all met up and checked it out. I got to meet a lot of interesting people, shake some hands. It was a great time. And of course, if you missed out on that event, I'll let you know on other events and where I end up going, because I love meeting every one of you guys. It's amazing. So definitely stay tuned for any other future events. But that was great. Also had Tamara join me on the live stream. I'll leave a link in the description down below. She's not allowed to talk about much to do with anything freedom movements or convoy related, anything like that. But we did manage to find a number of things to talk about. It was great. It was fun to have her on, and of course, new scenery. This was in Derek Smith's arcade that he has in his house. So great time. Check out the video. Link will be in the description down below. It was a 2-hour live stream where we hung out, and it was a really good time. A really good time. But let's talk about the new book that's out, and I'm really excited about this. And this is, of course, from the author Derek Smith, whose books are infamous now in Canada. This is Hold the Line: The Ballad of Tamara Lich. And it's an amazing story of one woman's journey. Of course, I got myself a signed copy. I know that's my privilege of having been there at the time of the release. But it's one woman's journey through some interesting times in Canadian history. Of course, through the COVID pandemic, and then also being part of an amazing movement in Canada, and that being the Freedom Convoy. And of course, laying it out that she was a part of this whole thing and ending up with an amazing finish, talking about how this was really, really about all of us. It was all about everyone that got involved and everybody who lent their voice out for this whole thing. Of course, Tamara Lich, one of the most selfless people I've ever met in my life. Amazing woman, and just great to be in acquaintance with her and all the amazing people all around. But hey, you can check out that book. Make sure I'll leave a link in the description down below. Go check it out on Amazon. Amazon, of course, doing their best to keep things kind of suppressed, but this is still already a #1 bestseller in dark humor. Let's get it up to #1 on Amazon. I think we could do that. We've done that before with these books, and it's just amazing to see and to get that information out there for people to share this out and keep this message alive everywhere here in Canada. But I'm going to leave this with a little clip from the live stream because I thought this was amazing. But it's definitely a thing where she's not allowed to talk about much at all.
Tamara, amazing to finally see you. And I know you're not allowed to talk about certain things about what's going on in your legal troubles and all of that. So we're gonna leave that out of the equation here. We're just gonna talk about other stuff are you allowed to talk about other things that are happening in Canada? Or is that something gray area maybe you don't want to get into?
I usually just stay away from anything really that could be controversial for now.
That's fair.
So, it'll come. That day will come.
That day will come. Yeah. I can't wait because I've got dibs on the first podcast with you. Not the first interview because you're going to have that with, you've made promises, but I'm looking forward to that. In fact, maybe we'll even fly you out to British Columbia for
That
that.
would be awesome.
That'd be super
I would
cool.
love to go to British Columbia.
Yeah, I'm trying to set up the studio so I can have in-person guests.
Yes.
And that would be great. Little doggy. What's your dog's name?
Bella.
Bella.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I just inherited her.
So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Great times out in Alberta. Again, my first time in flyover country. Great people, fantastic environment. We have some more news coming forward. I have to vet what I'm allowed to talk about Tamara's situation, but she'll be having some hearings in order to see if she could have some of her bail restrictions lifted or even drop the charges altogether. Of course, she's been charged with, conspiracy to commit mischief, consulting people to commit mischief, absurd charges, of course. And well, we all know that this is what this new term called lawfare. It's where you wage war against somebody by using the legal system. It's not the charges themselves. It's not you having to face charges. It's you having to face the time and the money that it takes to process the charges that you'll inevitably be let off on. And while we have some information about the activity of the lawyers on the other side, I'm gonna do my best to vet the information and get it out to you as soon as possible. But I mean, there's too much going on behind the scenes, and it's really kind of gross if you when you get down to it, what the government has been doing to suppress what we're even allowed to say out here and what we're allowed to convey to people. But hey, in the meantime, here we are. Go check out the book. Again, the link is in the description down below for Hold the Line, the Ballad of Tamara Lich. And well, I love the artwork. It's fantastic. Kaede Knipe, just nailing it again with the likenesses of the situation. I gotta just add one more. There's one amazing photograph in here, and it's the infamous photos at the first meeting that they had. And of course, you got Chris Barber's chest in the image. He's just too big to fit in the frame. I got such a kick out of that. And of course, Kaede Knipe nailing it once again with the illustrations. But anyway, let me know in the description what you, in the comments, what you think of this whole situation. If you're from Alberta and you missed me, sorry about that. We'll try to give more heads up next time for next time I end up out there. I think we might be going out for the Stampede. It's one thing I've never done. I'm getting to know the culture of Alberta, and I'm loving it so far. I know a lot of people saying Alberta's calling. Come on out here, Clyde. But I'll do what I can. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trekking.